and welcome to my home for the holidays. Today is a very exciting video for me because today we are decorating the room that is usually my breakfast room, but it's turning into a very special space for this holiday season, and I cannot wait to start decorating it and of course share it here with you. So thank you for being here today. I appreciate you, and I hope that you enjoy decorating with me. If you've been here for the past couple of Christmas videos, then you know this year's theme in my home is a 90s Christmas. Basically my take on my childhood Christmas, what I remember the most, those nostalgic things and moments that I look back on with love and joy in my heart during this time of year. And I'm just trying to bring that into my home. I just sat down to have my cup of coffee this morning because I cannot do anything without my cup of coffee, especially decorating. So I'm going to drink this really quickly and then we are going to get started. As I enjoy my coffee, this is probably the perfect time to tell you about it because my coffee is actually the sponsor of today's video. Recently, I have been drinking Rise Mushroom Coffee. It's by Rise Superfoods. So a quick thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. My mom was actually the one that told me about this coffee. She called me one day and said, "Hey, Brittney, have you tried that mushroom coffee?" And I said, "Well, what mushroom coffee?" She said, "Rise Mushroom Coffee. It has all these benefits. I've been drinking it. I love it. I feel great. You've got to try it." And so I said, okay. So I tried it. And of course, mom's always right. I loved it. This is a great coffee for you if you are someone that absolutely loves to have that morning cup of coffee, that afternoon cup of coffee, that just coffee every single day. You're a coffee lover like me, but you're sensitive to caffeine, right? Sometimes if we drink too much caffeine, we can get a jittery feeling, those morning jitters, and this does not do that. It still has that comforting flavor of coffee that I love, but with this smooth, sustained energy that doesn't leave me feeling jittery or overwhelmed like caffeine sometimes can, especially if I have a little bit too much. Their Super 6 organic mushroom blend is what I think sets it apart. The ingredients in this coffee are known for supporting things like sustained energy, our digestive health, which you know is always important to me. Anytime I can do anything that benefits my digestive health, I am for it. I'm definitely going to try it. It's been about a week now since I started drinking this coffee, and I genuinely feel a difference in my mornings. I feel more focused, I feel more calm, but I don't have that crash. I've really been enjoying it, so wanted to share it here with you quickly today. If you want to try Rise, I will be sure to have a link in the description box below, and I'll also put a QR code right here on the screen for easy shopping. You can use my code BBLANE15. That'll give you 15% off your first order. I'm going to finish this cup, and then we're going to get to decorating. So let's do it. If you watched my Christmas planning and prep video that I shared, I think at the end of October, maybe it was the beginning of November, I would have to look back, but it was a few weeks ago. I mentioned in that video that I was actually not going to switch out my curtains in here. If you're familiar with my channel and my home during the holidays, I always take down my white curtains in here and put up these vibrant red holiday curtains in my breakfast room. And I thought I was going to forego that this year, but I decided after I started decorating that no, I indeed wanted to put up the red curtains in here, especially with the tree that we're adding in here today. I think they are perfect for what I'm going for in this space. I'm so happy that I decided to do it. I think I would have missed my red curtains during the holidays. I'm really enjoying decorating alongside you here on YouTube and sharing it with you. And in today's video, the way we're decorating today is absolutely inspired by memories from my childhood during the holidays. One of the things I remember the most during the holiday season is sitting around the television with my parents and my sister and watching the lighting of the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. I grew up in Texas, so we always watched it on TV, but it was just such a fun, special moment for us growing up, and I just really look back on it so fondly. I still love to watch it, and so this year I wanted to do a little nod in my home to that Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. I knew I was going to move the breakfast table out of that room to do something special with that table. So I thought, you know what? This is the perfect space and the perfect place for this moment that I want to have this season. And I think I actually found the perfect tree. The tree that I chose for this space is from Balsam Hill, and this is their Vermont spruce in the 9-foot wide. I've never had one of their wide trees, so I am really excited about this. I knew I wanted to start doing a grand tree down here, and I was thinking about putting it in the entry, but after I decided to move the breakfast table out of here, I thought, you know what? This is the perfect space for a beautiful grand Christmas tree, a great moment in the house, and a place where I can put all of the presents around the tree kind of out of the way, because the tree in the living room is beautiful and I love it, and it's full of all my sentimental ornaments and things like that. But with the little dogs running around, it's not the easiest place to put presents under the tree right now, especially with the new puppies. I think this is a great space. It's out of the way. It's just going to be a beautiful moment, I think, in the house once the tree's up and the presents are underneath. I'm just really excited about it. As I fluff the tree right now with you, I want to share a few of my tree fluffing and kind of setting up tips, because I feel like this is something that I think people struggle with. I definitely get questions about fluffing a tree, setting up your tree every single year when the holiday season rolls around. So I always like to give you a little bit of a refresher and share the things that help me in my tree process. One of my very first tips, just setting yourself up for success. So the essentials for you: get yourself a good pair of gloves. If you buy a Balsam Hill tree, they always come with gloves, which I think is really thoughtful and nice. The ones that I'm using in this video today actually came out of the Balsam Hill tree box, but get yourself a good pair of gloves to fluff the tree with, because I promise you, your hands will thank you later. I also recommend wearing long sleeves. I think that helps me. I know that when I'm fluffing, I'm really getting in there, and it's not just my hands that need protecting, it's my arms also. Take care of yourself while you're fluffing the tree, because nothing is more annoying than a Christmas decorating injury that could have been avoided. So this is a brand new tree for me this year, and I feel like a brand new tree right out of the box needs more fluffing attention than perhaps a tree that we've had for several years, a tree that we've fluffed in prior seasons. This year, I knew getting this tree out of the box, I was going to be touching each and every single branch to ensure that this tree gave me the full look that I wanted it to. And I've said in the past, who has time to touch every single branch? Well, if I want my tree to look like this, then I do. So it really doesn't take as much time as you think it will. I know it is a daunting part of the process, but I promise you, if you give it a little love, if you give it a little time, you are going to be so happy with your results, and you're really gonna love your tree. It does make it easier if you fluff as you go along. So once I put this base piece, the bottom piece on this tree, I am going to fluff that piece in its entirety all the way around. I like to start towards the stem, the trunk of the tree, and work my way out with those branches. If you're like, okay, I'll do all of that, but how do I fluff? How do I know what direction to move my branches to give it that more lifelike, real tree feel? And I always, just in my head, I'm always saying one out, one up, one down. And so as I'm moving those branches, that's what I'm thinking to myself. One out, one up, one down. And it's really just kind of fanning out all of the small branches on that larger branch so that you get a more full look just around that branch. And by the time you continue to stack your layers on your tree, if you continue to do that all the way up, you're going to have this really great full looking Christmas tree, I think, regardless of the artificial tree that you choose. So those are my tips for fluffing. I also suggest checking your lights every single time you put a layer on, making sure that they all work properly. Even if it's a brand new tree, you want to go ahead and check your lights before you do all of the work to set it up and get it decorated. Make sure you're checking your lights. And in that same vein, when you're checking the lights, I always like to make it a point to fluff with my lights off on the Christmas tree. That way, when I step back after I fluff a layer and I look to see if I have any gaps or any spaces that need a little bit more fluffing, I can see it a lot more easily if I don't have the lights on the tree. You can kind of see the light coming through the back of the tree better if you don't have your lights on while you're fluffing that tree. And then I'll turn the lights on again and see how it looks with that layer on before I move on. So just a few things that I think are helpful. If you have any great tree fluffing tips or anything that you do during the tree setup process that you think will be helpful, please leave it in the comments below so that we can read them and help each other out as we decorate together. I wanted a tree in here that just felt full and intentional in this room, one that looks like it was made for this room, and I think this tree does. I cannot wait for you to see it. You'll see it in a minute, all set up. It just fills the space beautifully. The reason I always choose Balsam Hill when it comes to my Christmas trees, mostly all of my trees in my home, I think all of my trees actually now are from Balsam Hill. I choose Balsam Hill because I know that no matter what tree I go with, no matter what style or size, I'm getting a tree that is made with so much detail and care and just crafted in such a way that it's going to last and just be beautiful year after year. I do have a great discount code for them for the holiday season. You can get $50 off your order of $250 or more. It's not just on trees, it's their entire site. They're always so sweet to give us a great code during the holidays, and I just wanted to share it here with you. Things I get asked about the most, hands down, when I share this space during the holidays are the black and white stills that I have in this room. I sourced these personally just off the internet from random places, so I don't have a source for these exact prints. However, this year, after I made over my home theater room, I found one of the best resources I think online for prints like this, and it is called allposters.com. It is the website that I now use to source things like this, so I'm going to leave a link in the description box below. I actually just ordered some larger movie stills for the holidays for that room, and I cannot wait to frame them and share that space with you because I think it's just going to make the space so magical. I am completely in no way sponsored by allposters.com. I'm just a customer and it is a great resource, so wanted to share it here quickly with you. If you look at the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree, it has no ornaments, but it has this incredibly beautiful starburst topper. And I think it's stunning. Now, I know this one is not even close to that topper. That one is more of a sphere. This is my interpretation of it. I wanted to get a topper that I know that I'll use year after year. I just thought this was beautiful and it's reminiscent of it. So this is the tree topper that I decided to go with this year for this tree. So I put this rug in here. This is actually the rug that I originally ordered for the entryway, but the reason I put it in here is because I was actually planning to do this tree in the entryway, and what I'm doing in the entryway in this room, but as my decor started to evolve and as I started to get everything out and I got the living room decorated, I thought that this would make a better impact in here. So I'm kind of flip-flopping a little bit. I'm gonna try another rug in here and I'm gonna show it to you and then I'm gonna make a decision. You can tell me what you think in the comments below, but I'll tell you where my head's at with it. So originally this was going to be the rug to go with the tree, but as I started thinking about Rockefeller Center, I started thinking about the ice skating rink that's in front of it. And I have this rug that I put in the entry last year when we did the North Pole entryway as kind of the snowy ground. And so I thought I would try it right here quickly in front of the tree, see what it looks like, and decide which one I want to use. So we're just gonna lay it on top of this one just to check it out, see which one we like better, and then whatever one we don't use here, we'll use in the entryway because they'll both look nice up there, I think. Minky loves this rug, right, Minky? Do you remember this rug from last year? And you loved it? Let's try it. Let's see what it looks like over this one real quick. Let's see, which one do we like? Well, I think we know which one Minky likes, but I'm gonna step back and look We still have a couple more things to add in here. I thought the white rug might be a little stark with the red curtains, but you know what? It doesn't look bad. Oh, now I'm torn. Okay, while I think the idea of the white rug looking like the ice skating rink is really cool, I think I just like the way the red looks better in here, and I think the white is going to look better in the entryway. If you are familiar with Rockefeller Center at Christmas time, then you know they have these beautiful angels with trumpets that basically lead up to the Christmas tree. I wanted to pay homage to that a little bit, so I got a couple of angels with trumpets. These are technically outdoor decor pieces, but you know what? I like putting outdoor things inside. If you know me, then you know. So we're gonna open these and hope they're not too hard to put together and put these on each side of the tree. Know how good of a job I did at showing you how to put this together because I wasn't looking at the camera and yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is a little bit outside the box, but I thought about getting a tree skirt for this tree, but knowing that I was going to put these angels around it, leave it bare, this isn't your traditional Christmas tree with ornaments and all of those things. I decided I wanted to do just some fabric draped down at the bottom, kind of trailing over all of it. That way it also hides the middle bases on the angels as well. And I thought, okay, I could go out and I could buy a bunch of fabric, which could be costly, or I could use my off-white velvet curtains that I just took down in this room as a base for this tree and these angels. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save a little bit of money, use these, and you're not going to be able to tell that they were curtains. You will know because you know, but anybody coming in won't know. Now that I have my base laid down, I'm just taking a bunch of packing paper, and then later I actually off camera took some of the excess curtains and stuffed them up under near the base of the tree just to give it a more full look, make it look as if it's cascading down and not so flat around that base. All right, so you can see I filled it in. And here is the finished look. I really love how this turned out. I cannot wait to start filling this room with presents. I love this tree because it also has colored lights. You can't really tell in the sunlight, but the lights really do sparkle a lot better than they are coming off here on camera. And I just really love how it turned out. All right, I just want to quickly tell you thank you for joining me here on my channel today and decorating alongside me. I know this wasn't just a full-on Christmas room makeover, but it's projects like this in my home that I truly love to share with you because it's things like this that just make me so happy and excited for the season. You know I love to decorate, and being able to bring something in my imagination to life in my home for Christmas is just so special to me. Being able to share it with you is truly just a joy. And I cannot tell you enough how much I appreciate you just being here, hanging out with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will be back with more videos this week. I actually have a video for you every single day for the rest of the month of November. So I would love for you to join me for those. I know that Christmas is fast approaching and a lot of you decorate if you haven't already. the weekend after Thanksgiving, and I want to be your decorating buddy. I want to hang out with you. So I will be here on YouTube every single day, hopefully with some Christmas decorating inspiration for you, or at least just to keep you company as you decorate or between eating the turkey and hanging out with family. If you just want to relax and watch something on YouTube, I'll be here, and I'd love for you to be here with me. So I will see you again very soon in the next one. Until I do, happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and happy decorating.